Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Roya Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. You guys really enjoyed part 1 of our alternate Hulk video, and also brought to our attention that we left out some really good versions and probably needed a part 2. There are so many versions out there, it's impossible to cram them all into a list or two, but we're gonna try anyway. So let's take a look at the top 10 alternate versions of the Hulk part 2. In the number 10 spot, we have Guilt Hulk. This version of the Hulk was introduced in The Incredible Hulk, Volume 2, number 377. He is a terrifying and fascinating being due to the fact that he is the physical manifestation of all of Bruce Banner's regrets, shame, and guilt that he has accumulated over his life, mostly at the hands of his father. To banish the Guilt Hulk, Banner has to embark on one of his most terrifying journeys ever, into his own mind to confront his troubled past. Coming in at number 9 is Savage Banner. This was a fun take on the Hulk that reversed the effects of Banner's anger on his transformation. In order to prevent himself from being too destructive, Banner plans a trick in his own mind while in the mantle of Professor Hulk. If he gets too angry, instead of transforming into the Hulk, he transforms back into regular scrawny Bruce, but with the mindset of the Hulk. So if you can picture Banner thrashing around and smashing things in his tiny little human form, you'll understand why he made the list. Next up at number 8, we got Infernal Hulk. In The Incredible Hulk's annual number 1, Banner became the Sorcerer Supreme and was finally separated from his Hulk persona through magical means. While he was accomplishing greatness, the Hulk kinda got the short end of the stick and he was sent to hell. There he was corrupted by demonic entities and became Infernal Hulk, complete with another skin color change and one thing on the mind: to murder the man who sent him to the underworld. In the number 7 spot is Ultimate Hulk. In this version, who first appears in Ultimate Marvel Team Up number 2, Bruce Banner is working to recreate the Super Soldier Serum for S.H.I.E.L.D., but with the selfish want to be like Captain America himself. He goes ahead and injects himself with the experimental serum, and transforms himself into a mess of a monster who has no problem with killing and cannibalism. The serum is thankfully cleared from his body, but what does he do after that? Shoot up some more. Coming in at number 6, we have Devil Hulk. Another version of the Hulk that was created through Banner's subconscious and repressed memories. Devil Hulk is the manifestation of Banner's resentment and hate. He was debuted in The Incredible Hulk Volume 2, number 13. Instead of inward hostility like Guilt Hulk, Devil Hulk does the opposite and turns his aggression outward, constantly needing to be held back by some of the other personas floating around in Banner's mind. Later on in the Chaos War story, the Guilt Hulk and Devil Hulk would merge to reincarnate Banner's worst fear: his father. Next up at number 5 is Zombie Hulk. The Marvel Zombie series of 2005 really outdid themselves with this one. Once infected with the zombie virus that was ravaging Earth, the Hulk loses his regenerative powers, trading them in instead for an insatiable hunger for flesh. Would not want to cross paths with him, with or without Rick Grimes. Marvel really packed on the cannibalism with Hulk sometimes. After feeding, he will revert back to Bruce, albeit a zombified version, and sometimes his stomach will burst when he is full, kind of like mine does after a really good night of pasta. Up next at number 4, we have Earth X Hulk. The 1999 Earth X series separated Banner and the Hulk once again, but rather than portray the Hulk as something that Banner wants to rid himself of forever, the two are uniquely at peace in this version. Bruce here is actually a blind child, and sees the world through the eyes of his seeing eye ape Hulk, who he can control with his mind. The two work in unison, and instead of being a story about a tortured soul, this take is a lot more heartwarming. In the number 3 spot is Age of Apocalypse Hulk. In the Age of Apocalypse crossover, Bruce Banner never transformed into the Hulk, and instead he was a member of the Human High Council in a world that was overrun by mutants. Desperate to learn the ways of the mutants and even become one himself, Banner eventually made a deal with Mikhail of the Four Horsemen that Mikhail would bring him test subject mutants in exchange for becoming a mole in the council. Banner finally tested on himself and succeeded in transforming into a mutant of his own, resembling the Grey Hulk. Coming in at number 2, we've got GLOP. We're gonna take a moment here to look at a very different version of the Hulk. A gooey orange creature took to the pages of Tales to Astonish number 21 as Hulk, a creature that would step right out of the movie screen it was playing on. It was later revealed that the Hulk stepping out of the movie screen was still a part of the movie, a gag that Stan Lee probably found funnier than his audiences did, which would explain why this Hulk, later renamed GLOP to avoid confusion, isn't still around. And finally, in the number 1 spot is Claw. One of Hulk's most iconic alternate versions, Claw was created by the alien Zemnu from Bruce Banner's DNA to be the perfect weapon against the Hulk himself. That was in Hulk Volume 2 number 30, before Claw got an entire makeover and was re-debuted in the Axis series as a personality that emerges from Hulk, not Banner. So when the Hulk gets upset, he transforms into Claw, the Hulk's own Hulk. This transformation comes with an even more demonic appearance, but a smarter mind, making him one of the most dangerous and fascinating alternate versions out there. Can make a drinking game out of this video. Every time I say Hulk, you take a shot. Those were the top 10 alternate versions of the Hulk Part 2. Let me know in the comment section down below which one is your favorite. My name is Roy Destroya, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.